Welcome to Zodiak Exclusive. My name is John Paul Kayuni. In the program today, I'll be hosting Cleo Kumaro. He is a South African, an advocate for African unity, and he speaks against xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So, Cleo Kumaro, just to understand, who is Cleo Kumaro?
Cleo Kumalo is a member of the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters, a South African national, a candidate. We have elections coming on the 4th of November. I'll be standing in for my area, which is Vosloorus. And I'm hoping that I could end up being an MP as well, a member of parliament.
Okay.
I'm an advocate for peace. And my dream is Africa to be united someday.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you just to get your inspiration, what is it that is inspiring you or motivating you to speak or to oppose xenophobic attacks in South Africa?
I do not understand why there should be xenophobia at the end of the day. And I'm far more concerned because it's affecting black communities, black people. My interest is watching us unite as black people. We are the most hated people in every continent that you can go to. The least we could do is love each other, appreciate each other. When I see a black person, either from Nigeria, Congo, Malawi, Zambia, I see my fellow brother. Yeah.
Okay. Now you are here in Malawi. Obviously, there's something that you want to do here.
Okay. I'm going to be traveling the whole country, probably, especially in the most affected areas. I want to engage with people who are affected by this. There are a lot of buses coming in from South Africa, deporting Malawians back. Some of these people have left their home country. Some of them were born there for years and years, decades probably. They have no starting point. What are they going to do when they come in here? I want to engage with them, find out how we can assist them through our organization, which is the Economic Freedom Fighters, how we can be able to engage with them in terms of startups. What do they need? And I'm aware some of them have also left properties in South Africa. They've got homes, but the fear, especially if you're in the ground in South Africa, I think you can understand the reasons that they've decided to leave their home countries. How can we be able to collaborate and assist them to have a starting point in whatever they may need to do, basically.
Now, you've left South Africa, coming to Malawi in pursuit of those people that have fled the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. That's quite an investment. Who is sponsoring that trip?
I do have sponsors. Some of them who prefer to remain anonymous, but some of my spendings are self-funded. You may ask yourself the reason behind that. The reason is I've traveled most of my life in different parts of Africa. And it's very saddening to me, especially when I was in the ground watching these people leave. Some of them are living with nothing. Some of them were in the cold. I just want to send out a message that we are one people, man. Let's engage. Let's fix our name.
Specifically, what is it that you want to achieve, and what will satisfy you, or what will say, I mean, at what point will you say, okay, I think now things are okay? What is it that you want to achieve?
There's one thing I must be honest about, is that I cannot assist everyone. But to see that we at least made a little bit of a difference, I think that should be a turning point for me. Yeah.
Now, in South Africa, like you said, many Malawians, not only Malawians, even other African nationals, other citizens of African countries are being chased, are being attacked. Why do you think that is the case?
The issue is the issue of documentation is not a new thing. We have, even now, some have decided to stay. There are a lot of foreigners in South Africa that are not documented. And there's a rise in crime, especially when we look at stats like drugs coming in our country, cocaine, meth, and all of those things. Most of them are brought in by foreign nationals. I won't put Malawi into that, but I know Congo is doing that. I know Nigeria is doing that. So there's a point where our communities are being distracted or destroyed by that, especially young people. There's a high dropout rate of students of all races anyway. So I think it came to a point where South Africans were fed up with all of that. And how they reacted to it was very wrong, because they started attacking almost anyone who doesn't belong in South Africa. And it's not only South Africans, it's not only foreigners who are affected by that, but it also became an issue of tribalism.
Okay.
If you don't speak Zulu, I'm a Zulu person. If you don't speak Zulu, let's say you're a Venda or Tsonga, you're also treated as a foreign national.
Okay.
So it became a very concerning issue to a point that the Zulu nation, the Zulu tribe, decided that they are going to handle it their own way.
Okay. Now, since you arrived in Malawi, have you been able to have an interaction with some of Malawians who fled xenophobic attacks in South Africa?
Yes, I have.
What has it been like? What are they saying, their experiences?
Most of them have had a very terrible experience, especially those that were in Durban, the Durban province. Some of them went days in camps without eating. Some of them had to bend their clothes to be able to be warm. It's very cold at the current moment in South Africa, and it wasn't a simple decision for them to make to come back home. Some of them, they probably don't even know their home villages. They don't have a place that they can point home. Some of them are staying actually with their friends from Malawi that they know, that they still have contacts with. Some of them are still trying to trace their families and whatsoever. It has been a terrible experience for them. And I remember I asked one person yesterday to say, do you see yourself returning back to South Africa? The answer was straight no. They were beaten. Imagine an old man, a very old man, was beaten, slapped by young people anyway. So I think I got very much emotional when I was listening to them tell their story, and realized that as Black people, I think at some point we need help. Yeah.
How many have you managed to interact with?
I've spoken to 2.
Okay.
That I can remember 2. Yeah.
How many do you intend to reach out to?
As many as I can.
Okay.
As far as my hand goes, as far as I can assist. But I would like to interact with almost everyone who's been affected by that, and also consult with our team as to how can we assist these people. Yeah.
Okay. Many of the people that have left South Africa have lost their livelihood in South Africa. From your perspective, what does their departure from South Africa to Malawi mean? Not only for the families, but for the South African government as well, the South African economy and labor market?
I can tell you that a lot of things have gone bad since many of them have left. You look at the shops, like tuck shops, local businesses. Most of them are run by foreign nationals. It's a few of them where you can find that they're South Africans. And their prices are quite affordable. Like right now, we used to buy bread at 20 rands. Now you find bread at 30 rand, 40 rand. It's been affected so much to a point that even the basic necessities, people have to travel to town to go buy them. You can no longer buy through our local shops how we used to. It's very bad. And also there's an increase in crime. South Africans, how they conduct their businesses, when you own a shop, you must pay a protection fee, which is paid to the Zulus to guard your shop, to make sure that your shop is safe.
So
the
only
same people
the Zulus.
the same people that we're paying the money to are the same people that if you don't pay, they rob you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can say there's also an increase in crime. There are people that live KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, coming to South Africa. They're coming to Johannesburg. They've never went to school their whole life. All they know is crime. So they come in and then they guard those shops. And at the same time, if you're not complying with them, then they start to steal. So there's an increase in crime as well.
So that's quite the opposite of what we are getting here, because we understand that South Africans are attacking foreign nationals, accusing them of being responsible for the rising cases in crime, the rising crime cases. And you're telling me that it's the other way around?
No. Foreigners do not commit crime in South Africa. But the easiest people to attack are foreigners because they're in large numbers. But to say, I've never heard of a Malawian carrying a gun in South Africa. To say they've done anything of that sort, it's South Africans that are doing that. So, because of the increase of foreign nationals in these communities, they say it's foreign nationals that are doing it. But the people that are committing crimes are fellow South Africans. Yeah.
Now, as someone who personally is opposing these xenophobic attacks, what steps have you taken to, say, engage South African authorities, fellow citizens, the Zulus? You say you are a Zulu yourself, civil society, and all that, in trying to find a solution to these attacks?
I'm going to be honest with you. Doing that in South Africa is putting yourself in trouble and also your family in trouble. I've engaged with police, the South African Police Service. They are in support of this, but underground.
In support of the xenophobic attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
The police are involved in that. And you speaking against it is putting yourself in trouble.
How involved are the police?
Let me tell you one thing. In South Africa, you can stay without being documented, as long as you have money to give to police. When police arrest these people for not having documents, they take them and then they ask for money. Some pay 500 rands, 1,500 for them to be released. So now the pressure is very high. So the police are involved in a sense that they are officiating arrests, but they're not making arrests. They're getting money from it. So if you're speaking against it, you're actually disturbing them. Even station commanders are doing that. I tried doing it, speaking to different organizations, including the police as well. I was beaten. I was also called a foreign national. I was arrested at some point that I had to make a call that my girlfriend brings me my ID to show that I'm actually, a South African. So we are in airplane mode. We have no authorities. It's a group of criminals. They are working with these people anyway. Because if you see the protests that were happening, the people that were protesting were escorted by police. They were protected by the police as well. Yeah.
From what you're saying, it seems that is something that we could say even the authorities know about it.
Yeah, they know about it. We have what we call station commanders. And then we have people on the ground. We call them visibility police. That money, they do not only take it for themselves. The station commander is aware that today we have so how many police officers outside. He receives money from all of these people at the end of the day. He takes a share from all of that. So you may go to the police station and try to report a crime. Report a police officer. It will not be taken serious. You may open the case, they will write a docket for you, but they will not take it into consideration because the top officials, they are aware of what's happening on the streets. Yeah.
In your own assessment, what are the real drivers of these attacks against foreign nationals, so-called xenophobia?
I'm aware that the government is behind this. We have an incoming impeachment of our president. And this is not even supposed to be happening. It's to just drive us away from the real issue. I'm aware that the government is funding this March and March. It's called March and March. The people that are actually protesting and doing all of these things and gatherings.
That's a big allegation.
Yeah. It's true. The government is, we have some intelligence reports that actually prove that the government is behind it. If I was in government and I was president, with issues that are happening in South Africa, I was supposed to deploy the army, yeah? Because that's what's happening is, those are crimes against humanity. But what is it doing? Is to take a podium and say we are in control, we're going to solve this, we're gonna do so and so. Deploy the army. Make people understand that your government, you're in charge, is not doing anything.
Okay, yeah. So that to you means the government is sponsoring these attacks because it's not deploying the army.
No. I wouldn't say because the reason is because they're not deploying the army. But we have information that the government is doing that.
When you say we, what do you mean? You as EFF? Because
No.
You say you are a member of the EFF?
I'm a member of the EFF. But when I say we, as a team, I have a team behind me, behind Cleo. There's a team. We have that information, including some people that are also campaigning to be councillors, in their words. We have that information. Right now, using, there's what they call abahambi, which means the Moscow. Using that weight easily buys you seats in government. So they are financing that to say, I'll speak about my competitor in my area. I'm aware that he has been giving people money, especially in hostels. We've got what we call hostels, where the Zulu people live. He's been giving money to those people just to terrorize the community and say foreigners must go. There are people that are going in people's homes. You're not law enforcement. Even law enforcement is not allowed to do that, to go in your home and ask for documents. But there are people that are doing that, and they're using that to campaign, to say, once I'm a councillor for this word, there will be no foreign national, either documented or undocumented.
Okay.
Yeah. And those are members of the ANC, the African National Congress, which is the ruling party right now. Yeah.
You mentioned that government is sponsoring these attacks. Yeah. I don't get the connection. Why sponsor these attacks? What's the benefit behind sponsoring those attacks? Or what's the connection between winning elections, or political connection between sponsoring these attacks and winning elections?
Okay, let me start it here. Are you aware that in South Africa, most South Africans have never traveled out of even their communities? Like, even from, like, I'll give you an example. This is, let's say, Area 3. They've never left Area 3 their whole life to go to another area. They've never even left the province, their district. You call them districts here. They've never left their district. The easiest thing they do is to fight foreigners. So when campaigning, the easiest way to pull people is to say that you're going to chase foreigners away. The ANC has been doing that for a very long time, underground. Some members of the ANC spent most of their lives in exile. You look at now, we have the former president, Jacob Zuma. The daughter is from Mozambique. Remember, the daughter was a member of the MK, which is Konto Wesizwe Party. He had to leave because when Zuma was in government, he sang a different tune about foreigners. He said they must be documented. Now he says they must go. They must go. His daughter had to leave his own father's political party. He's going to be joining our political party anyway, the EFF. He had to leave his father's political party because why are you changing tunes now? It's the easiest way to campaign. The ruling party has been doing that for a very long time. They take a podium and lie to the nation to say we're fixing the situation. No foreign national must be harmed or treated in some way. But behind their backs, they're doing something else. So it's the easiest way to campaign. Yeah.
Now, do you think what the South African government is saying about protecting foreign nationals, they are about doing something to protect foreign nationals, is actually a lie? That's what you're saying?
It's a lie.
You think the government is not doing enough to protect foreign nationals?
It's not doing enough. If you go on social media and look at the clips that are going around, it's like we don't have a government. What I mentioned earlier on, because that's a national disaster. You're supposed to deploy, if the police are failing, deploy the army. And the police are also involved in these criminal activities that are happening. Deploy the army. Why did he deploy the army? He deployed a few members of the SNTF because they started burning the town. Deploy the army. The government is not doing enough. What have they done so far? Nothing. It's still happening. Even now, it's happening. There are marches that are going on even today.
You're from South Africa. Give us a clear picture of how these attacks are unfolding, and which areas are most affected, which areas are people, foreign nationals being attacked. Is it the whole country?
It's the whole country, but mostly in Durban, in KZN. KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, where the Zulu nation is from. It's bad to a point that they're looting shops. And to a point that I've also started looting shops that are also owned by South Africans. So you see now it's not only about foreign nationals, it's also becoming crime. Like I said, they are nationals, foreign nationals, especially Malawians. I think that's why I picked Malawi first, that have been taken out of their homes. Some of them, they own those homes, they bought those homes, but they've left them behind. And they are beating these people. Some of them have died. And I'm surprised that the media is not reporting that. But there are people that have been killed. There are people that have died.
In South Africa.
In South Africa, over these attacks. It's bad to a point where even young people, I'm talking about toddlers, have also been affected. They've been sleeping outside in camps. Like I said earlier on, some had to burn their clothes to keep warm. It's bad. If I was a sitting president and that's happening, those people are supposed to get aid, food. You've told these people that they say, you're taking our jobs. They're not working anymore. How are they going to survive, these people? It's very bad.
What we hear is that those foreign nationals that do not have documents are the ones that have been pushed away. Is that a true reflection of what is happening in South Africa right now?
Either documented or undocumented, as long as you're a foreign national, it's happening. They say you must go, Abahambe, you must leave. It started, when they were starting these marches, it was basically for those that are undocumented. And remember, as a citizen, you do not have any authority to ask anyone if they're documented or undocumented. But now citizens are doing that. To ask you, can I see your passport? Can I see your ID? It's very wrong. If you don't have, you're in trouble. So it's sad. It's very sad. I'm aware an artist from Malawi went to South Africa to try and understand the situation on the ground. I was looking at the whole campaign. I think they raised about 30 million. That's not enough money. That's for one bus. That's for one bus to bring in people from South Africa to come in here. Governments, including the government of Malawi, must take charge of having people taken from South Africa to come back home. As citizens, there's nothing we can do. The government must take charge. That's what is important.
Now, since you arrived in Malawi, have you been able to engage or interact with, say, government officials, civil society, to try and understand how this situation can be addressed? What are they saying?
I haven't engaged anyone as of yet in government.
Are you planning to do that?
Yes, I'm doing that. I've sent out letters today. I've got a couple of people that I think they should be at Capitol Hill now to try and engage and have these conversations brought out. I thought I could be a better voice as a South African because I'm on the ground. I've experienced this thing from the beginning. So let's see how far it'll go. Yeah.
Is this your first time being in Malawi?
No. Actually, I've been here just before COVID. Yeah, I was here. And I used to have a girlfriend as well here. May her soul rest in peace. Yeah. So I've been here, I've been to Blantyre as well. And, normally, when we would come here, we'd go to Salima. Yeah.
So you can say you know Malawi very well and you have some connection with Malawi.
Yes, I do.
And probably that's what is driving you to come to Malawi and try to understand the situation in which those people that have fled xenophobic attacks are in.
Yeah. And another thing, besides everything, Malawians are the most peaceful people, most loving, kind people you can meet. So far, I've traveled almost the whole continent, but Malawians are the most kind and loving people that you can ever meet. So it's very disheartening to see them, because Malawians are also the most affected people by this xenophobia. So it's very sad to see them go through this situation. Yeah. Now,
the stories that you are documenting from these Malawians that have left South Africa because of xenophobic attacks, where do you intend to go with them, and what purpose are they for?
Okay, I'll be working on a documentary. A documentary of we've been filming for some time, just not yet in Malawi. Is to send out a message, even to fellow South Africans, that the picture that you have of this certain group of people is different. I remember when coming to Malawi, my mother asked me that, are you going to be safe? Because we are chasing these people that they must go back to their home countries, and you are also going there. Are they going to allow you to enter there? I said, I'm going to go. I've been there before. And I know these people. I know how their hearts, and I know their purity. So it's going to be aired on ETV once we are ready. The first part is probably going to come out late September. Is to basically send out a message to almost everyone that's watching us, watching South Africa, that not all of us think the same way. or see things the same way.
So you mentioned that you have a team. Is this team that you have come with to Malawi to document these stories?
Yeah.
Among the team, are there people with connections or working for ETV? You said the documentary will air on TV, ETV.
Yes.
Have you already established those connections?
Yes, we have. I'm a writer as well. I've written for a couple of TV shows. It's just that I don't do that anymore. So we tried reaching out to Mzansi Magic, but our agreement is not aligning. So where we've been able to secure a proper deal was with ETV. Yeah.
Now, most of these people that you'll be interviewing are people that have gone through some traumatic experiences. And that further, interviewing them may further expose them to say, attacks. How do you intend to protect them so that maybe in future, maybe they might want to go back to South Africa? They should not face attacks for revealing some of the things that you are going to interview them about.
Okay, before we actually interview you, there's an agreement that you sign. We can still interview you and not show your face.
Okay.
And we can interview you and show your face. So there's an agreement that we sign. Yeah.
Okay. Do you see any end to these xenophobic attacks anytime soon? You mentioned that
it's collapsing.
They are being sponsored by the government.
Yeah, it's collapsing. How it was a month ago, it isn't the same anymore. Remember, a protest, for it to happen, people must be fed. Hungry people don't go out and protest. So let's say give it 2 months, it should be gone. And it's not the first time it's happening. It's just that this time it's
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've heard of xenophobia in South Africa. We had deadly attacks some time back. I think that was around 2010.
Yeah.
It's not the first time. They keep coming.
Yeah. It's not the first time. So, and it's also not the last time. When the government runs out of ideas to campaign, they always use the same tactic. You look now, we have what we call the government of national unity. The ANC, we have what we call 50+1. The ANC performed really bad the past elections. I think they were 40 something. So they had to bring in different political parties for them to reach that 50+1. So I can tell you, after some time, if they don't perform well, even on these local government elections coming up, they're going to do it again. So it's not the first time and it's not the last time.
Okay, and now beyond documenting these stories here in Malawi, what tangible impact do you think that will have on the people that have left South Africa, not only Malawians, other African country citizens that have left South Africa, and those that are actually perpetrating xenophobia in South Africa, and the fight against that in general? What impact do you think it's going to have?
Positive impact is, if I'm talking about people that have left South Africa and gone back to their countries, I don't believe our documentary is going to do any difference. Like I said, if you're on the ground, I think if I was a foreign national in South Africa and I experienced what they've experienced, I wouldn't want to go back there. Remember, this comes with trauma as well. People have lost their properties, they've lost their jobs, people have had to run. Positive impact on a global scale It's just to send out a message to whoever it reaches to, that South Africa, not all South Africans think the same or see things the same way. And I know it's going to reach some people who are also in government in these countries that have been affected to say, because there are some clips of that we've taken also of everything that was unfolding and happening in South Africa. And also
and they form part of this documentary.
Yeah, they form part of this documentary. And we've also documented some South Africans who are against it. There were we mustn't hide it, there were South Africans who were protecting also foreign nationals. Like in some communities, to say, you're not going to touch our people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to show that. How the media reports stories is different. Every
media in South Africa.
Media in South Africa, yeah. How they report some of the things, some of them, they're lies. I was watching ENCA news yesterday. There were stuff that were being reported that you can tell these are pure lies. This is not happening. So our documentary is raw. It's a raw story, a true story of actually what's unfolding. And our hope is that it will change perspectives or ideas or thoughts that people have on our country. Because in the long term, the country is going to be affected very badly. Very, very badly. And I'm hoping that we still have enough time to change that from happening.
Now, you mentioned that this documentary will be on ETV, a national television in South Africa. And you did mention that speaking against these xenophobic attacks in South Africa is more like putting yourself in danger. Are you not afraid that now you're here speaking to me on a national television, that some South African might be watching, and that you may be putting yourself in danger back home, or even endangering your family, your relatives?
What I can say is protected, very protected.
You are protected.
My family is protected. And I've never been scared my entire life of anything. I've been kidnapped, I've been tortured. I'm not doing anything wrong anyway. I'm just telling it the way it is. So there shouldn't be any fear in doing so. I'm not afraid.
You are protected by who?
Security.
Okay.
Security.
Personal, private security. Yeah. And you say, for how long have you been advocating for this?
I joined politics when I was 16 years old. So it's been a decade and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back home in South Africa, your assessment. To me, from what you're saying, it seems this is a fight between South Africans and South Africans affecting foreign nationals. What's the picture like? Are there other people that are opposing xenophobic attacks in South Africa? How many are they, if you compare against those that are perpetrating these attacks?
Comparing to those that are perpetrating these attacks, they're in large numbers. They're compared to those that are against it. Those that are perpetrating these attacks, they're in huge numbers. And that's what makes it dangerous. Like I said, I'm a Zulu, but I must be honest. The Zulu people are the less educated people you can find in South Africa. And those are the people that are doing that because they do not understand diplomacy. They do not understand what it takes for the economy to run. They're just doing it. So it's easy for government to use those people because they do not know the consequences or the damage it has, their actions have basically. Yeah.
Now, the ones that are opposing it obviously are in few numbers, and their impact cannot be seen out there.
Yeah. That's why the media is not reporting it. The media looks for numbers, South African media, to say. But there are a lot of South Africans. And I'm part of those people, because I stood out during the 30th of June when those protests were happening. Close to where I stay, we have a couple of shops owned by Ethiopians and some that are Malawians. I stood out, and it was very dangerous because to a point that I was arrested also on that day, taken away by police to say that I'm putting my life in danger. But I was not told what charge. I was just locked up until it was done. So there are South Africans that are actually protecting foreign nationals. And they're not picking either you're documented or undocumented. It's just out of humanity. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Over 30,000 Malawians
Yeah.
have so far returned from South Africa, fleeing these xenophobic attacks. Do you think their return should be viewed as a humanitarian crisis or an economic crisis, an economic issue, or a diplomatic concern between Malawi and South Africa?
I don't think so. As I said before, it's a issue of it is a diplomatic issue, but I'm very far concerned with how, including the government of Malawi, of the seriousness in handling this issue. Because as we're still talking, 30,000 is nothing. There are over millions of Malawians that are in South Africa. There are millions of Malawians that are experiencing this issue. I think it's an issue of also an opening eye issue to the government of Malawi that as a country, they need to do good by their people. Remember, these people didn't only leave Malawi for fun or holidays. They left Malawi because the economy is not benefiting them. So both governments, I'm aware that some members of government in Malawi went to South Africa and tried to have a conversation. Both governments must do something, but also it starts with our government. I wrote a letter to the SNDF, South African National Defence Force, because I also do speak with the Minister of Defence, Angie Muteka, to say, why is the government not deploying the army? You understand? Why are they not deploying the army? Because this is a serious issue. It's an issue of national security. People are dying. Didn't get any response. So I'm hoping that this interview also reaches them to say, this is a serious issue. Yeah.
Do you think diplomacy has failed to solve this problem, to bring solutions to this problem between South Africa and other African countries whose citizens have been attacked in South Africa?
They failed. So far, the only countries that have been satisfied with, that have shown seriousness, is Nigeria and Ghana. They've sent out flights to bring in their people. And I hear they're also assisting them with startups to fix their lives. But when it comes to this country, I haven't seen anything that you can say they've done so far. It's terrible. It's very terrible, man.
South Africa is a member of the SADC,
SADC,
the
yeah.
Southern African Development Community.
Yeah.
And the South African president is the current chairperson of SADC.
Yeah.
Do you think SADC has what it takes to try and resolve these attacks in South Africa, these xenophobic attacks?
They do. They do. Those are one of the people that we must hold accountable for not acting up to what's happening. SADC is hugely funded. They are supposed to be, at the current moment, it's being treated like a South African issue. It's not a South African issue. It's also affecting SADC. Some members of SADC, including Zimbabwe, even Malawi as well, Mozambique, are being affected by this. They should be actually in their offices and trying to, resolve this issue.
With the South African government or with the South African president as chairperson of SADC, you think something can come out from there?
Yeah, they should have a meeting over this. And I'm also quite disappointed with SADC. SADC waits for a situation to get bad for them to start acting up on it. From the moment on the get-go when this started, they should have been there already and find measures how to resolve this. If I was, it's unfortunate it's our president, the same person that's funding this thing, I was supposed to be, if I was a chairperson or the leader in SADC, I would have advised the president, deploy the army, law enforcement. But it's unfortunate.
You keep saying xenophobia is sponsored by the government.
Yeah.
Is it just the government? What is the opposition in South Africa doing about it? What are they saying in terms of trying to hold government accountable?
They're not doing anything. The official opposition party is Mkhonto weSizwe. We have a government of national unity. Those parties that are in this government of national unity, they're not speaking, they're not saying anything. Some of them who were against xenophobia before, they are siding with what the government is doing, including Gayton McKenzie. We have what we call Gayton McKenzie, is a Patriotic Alliance. He's the person that started this Abahambe thing, but now is not saying anything about it. There are people that actually, morally right people that are leaving his party because of the same issue. So the official opposition party, the MK, like I said, including, the MK is run by the former president, Jacob Zuma. His daughter had to leave his father's party because of the same issue, to say Abahambe. I said, but Dad, when you're in government, you had a different tune. What's changing now? So the only political party that has spoken against this is the EFF. Yeah.
Okay, as we go towards the end of our program, what is your message to a South African back home who believes, who thinks foreign nationals are there to or are responsible for the rising cases of crime in South Africa, for their economic problems and the pressure on public resources, and so they are convinced that these foreign nationals should go Abahambe, as you put it.
Yeah, it's clear. Let's stop this nonsense. And South Africa is not the only country in the world. There's nothing special about South Africa. We are all the same. We're Africans, and we must treat each other as Africans. Also, I would encourage South Africans to travel more. Travel outside South Africa. We've got a lot of companies. If you can't afford a flight, take a bus. Travel, experience life outside South Africa. I think what we're doing is wrong. We must engage and stay in school. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Okay. So, and also, what would be your message to a Malawian who is currently in South Africa, living in fear of being attacked, and also a Malawian in Malawi who is maybe considering to migrate to South Africa in search of greener pasture?
I'd advise them to go to South Africa. Just be documented. It's easy to have a conversation to anything when you are rightfully in that country. And stay out of trouble. But South Africa is open to everyone, the whole world. And what's currently happening now, it's gonna end. There was a song I was listening to outside there, Zikachitika. Things are gonna be okay. So do not be discouraged. Do not live in fear. It's not the first time this is happening, and it's not the last time it's gonna happen. Let's fix ourselves. Come to South Africa. South Africa is open for almost everyone. This is Africa. If we start an issue of division, then the dream of Africa being united will never happen. Yeah.
Cleo, Kumaro, thank you very much for being with us in the program today.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's how we conclude today's exclusive interview with Cleo Kumaro. He is a South African who is speaking against xenophobic attacks that are happening in South Africa. He is an advocate of African unity. Till we meet again next time, my name is John Paul Kayuni. Goodbye for now.